Ted, the other day I saw a picture of you. You were in a wheelchair. What was that all about?
Oh, I have sciatica every now and then. It flares up, and when it flares up, I can't even talk.
Mike Tyson just dropped a bombshell about his upcoming fight with Jake Paul, and it's got everyone talking. Now, we all remember that last time, right? Tyson had to put the match on hold because of an ulcer flare-up. But in true Tyson style, he bounced back like the legend he is, hitting the gym with that same old fire, ready to show the world he's still got the power that made him a household name. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more exciting, Most Valuable Promotions swoops in with an announcement that's got everyone buzzing. Tyson and Paul are set to go head-to-head at a press conference on Sunday, August 18th. Mark your calendars, because this showdown is going down at 2 p.m. ET at the inaugural Fanatics Fest NYC, right in the Javits Center. And guess what? Fans can get in on the action live and in person. Boxing fans are all buzzing, and not all of it is positive. Many are fuming over the announcement of this fight, arguing that it simply shouldn't happen. Tyson's recent health concerns have only fueled the fire among his supporters.
This fight.
Yeah, the biggest ever.
Ever. It's on pace to be the biggest fight ever.
Yes, and we're involved.
We're involved, right?
We're involved. All those big shots, all the biggest athletes in the world, this is the biggest ever.
November 28th.
Lit. Hey, we lit here. We lit at the Tyson Ranch.
Even Lawrence Okolie, the WBC World Bridgerweight Champion, is uneasy about the match. Okolie believes the outcome will depend heavily on Tyson's performance. He expects the younger Paul to have the advantage, but Tyson's legendary status makes him hesitate. Okolie finds the whole situation strange, questioning how serious the fight is and why a 58-year-old would even be sanctioned to fight, yet here we are. It really depends on how Mike Tyson is at his age, Okolie shared. It will be tough, I believe, just because any boxer should be able to beat a 58-year-old. So it's tough to call, but Jake Paul is the younger man. Despite it being Mike Tyson, it's a weird fight. I don't know how serious the fight is, or who would sanction it for a 58-year-old to have a fight, but we're here. Tyson is back in the gym, more determined than ever, brushing off his last fight, a rather uneventful draw with Roy Jones Jr. in 2020.
12 ounces. Deacon Juke here.
What Roy Jones is doing.
I'm really impressed with Mike's finish. Oh, right hand. Only 2-minute rounds. Oh, get up there. Oh, there you go.
Despite that, he's gearing up for another shot in the ring, and he's got some heavyweight support behind him. Tyson Fury, who was named after the legendary champ, is convinced that Mike Tyson will utterly destroy Jake Paul in their upcoming face-off. Fury's confidence in Tyson is unshakable. He believes that when Mike Tyson lands a punch, it doesn't matter how old he is. He's still capable of knocking out anyone in his path. The loyalty runs deep, with Fury throwing his full support behind Tyson, saying that being named after the icon leaves him no choice but to back him. Fury also highlighted that Tyson has always been in his corner, so he's all in for Mike to win by knockout. He's rooting for a classic Tyson finish, one punch, and it's lights out for Paul.
If Mike Tyson hits anybody, don't care if he's 90, he's going to knock him out cold, isn't he? It's I am Mike Tyson. Obviously, I have to back Mike Tyson. I'm named after the legend, and I back him. As he always backs me, I'm backing Mike for the knockout. Come on!
The upcoming fight has left the boxing world buzzing, with opinions sharply divided. Many fans are genuinely concerned about Tyson's well-being. However, Jake Paul isn't losing any sleep over the idea of facing a 58-year-old in the ring. Fresh off his win against Perry, Paul didn't hold back. He acknowledged Perry's toughness and the damage inflicted during the match, but made it clear that he's ready for his next challenge. Despite Perry's resilience, Paul put him down in the first round, securing a victory that only boosted his confidence. With his sights set firmly on Tyson, Paul boldly called out the boxing legend, urging him to sign the contract and face him in the ring. "Tyson, you're next." After beating Perry, he said, "He's tough as nails. I'm sorry it took so long. Respect to Mike Perry. He's the king of violence. He's the BKFC champion. I hit too hard. He took a lot of damage, and that's a W for me. I expected that, but I did put him down in the first round. He just survived. Mike Tyson, you're next, big boy. signed the contract.
Brother took years off this man's life last night. Everyone's saying Mike Perry's tough. You dismantled him, and he's a badass.
I don't know how he took all those. I'm seeing the Perry looks different in this fight, so it's gotta be rigged.
And people are still saying the same thing, like, well, he hasn't fought a real boxer yet. Didn't you beat 2 boxers
In a row in the first round
with winning records?
Yes.
Mike Perry said it best.
Dumb people.
Paul didn't hold back his admiration for Mike Tyson, recognizing him as one of the top 2 greatest boxing legends alongside Ali. Despite the awe-inspiring legacy of Tyson, Paul expressed nothing but confidence about his upcoming bout, viewing it as an opportunity to seize the throne from the former champion. With the fight scheduled for November 15th, Paul shared that Tyson is back in training and looking more intense than ever. He boldly predicted another knockout victory, brushing off critics who called him reckless for taking on such a formidable opponent. For Paul, this is exactly why he's in the game, to take big risks and prove the doubters wrong. Boxing icon Larry Holmes has weighed in on the much-anticipated clash between Tyson and Paul. With a legendary career of 75 fights, where he faced off against giants like Ernie Shavers, Ken Norton, and the incomparable Muhammad Ali, Holmes is no stranger to high-stakes battles. He even went toe-to-toe with Tyson himself in 1988, vying for the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, though he came up short. Now, reflecting on his past with Tyson, Holmes shared his belief that his former rival has what it takes to come out on top in this upcoming bout. Backing Tyson with a confident nod of support, he said, "I'll bet a quarter on Mike Tyson." Vladimir Klitschko, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, recently shared his take on the much-anticipated Tyson versus Paul fight. Describing the match as nothing short of remarkable, Klitschko pointed out the fascinating contrast between Tyson, a battle-hardened legend, and Paul, a younger, ambitious YouTuber who has surprisingly proven his boxing chops.
That's also outstanding as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
For Klitschko, this bout isn't just another fight, it's a major source of motivation, especially for those in Tyson's age group. He's eagerly waiting to see how things play out, believing the fight could serve as a powerful example that age is merely a mental barrier. According to Klitschko, mastering the mind allows you to conquer any challenge, regardless of the years behind you. While some believe Tyson might be too old to take on someone like Paul, Klitschko dismisses the idea, emphasizing that you can only be too old if you let your mind believe it. With his mindset firmly in place, Klitschko remains a firm believer that the right mental attitude can keep anyone, including Tyson, in the game. Anthony Taylor, who previously sparred with Jake Paul, has shifted his focus to the upcoming clash with Mike Tyson. Amid rising concerns over Tyson's health, Taylor is urging the boxing legend to consider stepping down, similar to KSI's move, in order to prioritize his well-being. Taylor didn't mince words, suggesting that Tyson is walking into a dangerous situation and should reconsider before it's too late. According to Taylor, who has witnessed Paul's growth as a fighter over the past 5 years, Tyson may find himself outpaced and outlasted in the ring. Taylor compared the potential outcome to a classic Homer Simpson strategy, where Paul might patiently wait for Tyson to tire before delivering a knockout blow. With Tyson now at 58, Taylor hinted that the former champ's endurance might not be enough to carry him through the fight. Honestly, it's super crazy that boxing experts are all expressing their concerns for Mike Tyson. We can't help but wonder, is this fight really going to happen? I mean, the whole back and forth with these two fighters would only cast doubts in your mind about the fight. But now that Mike Tyson has several health issues coming up, it's becoming almost impossible to believe that we're going to be getting a fight from those two. The hype surrounding the much-anticipated showdown between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is nothing short of electric, rivaling any major boxing event in recent memory. While this match remains purely hypothetical, it's already causing quite a stir in the sports community, splitting opinions right down the middle. On one side, you got fans who are absolutely thrilled at the idea of seeing a legendary icon like Tyson face off against a young upstart like Paul. On the other hand, there's a wave of skepticism, with some raising eyebrows over the safety of pitting a seasoned powerhouse against a much younger opponent. For many, the worry isn't just about Paul's safety, despite him being no stranger to a knockout punch, but more so about Tyson. Let's be real, the man is pushing 58, hasn't fought professionally in over 2 decades, and recently had to push back the fight due to a medical scare. The thought of him stepping back into the ring, especially against someone as unpredictable as Paul, has more than a few folks biting their nails. Paul, however, has been on a roll, bulldozing through every opponent in his path, with only one blemish on his record, a loss to Tommy Fury. His matches have been carefully curated, with a mix of seasoned pros and eager newcomers, keeping his win column impressively stacked. His latest victory was a commanding 5th-round stoppage of Mike Perry, a former UFC star known for his bare-knuckle brawls. That win boosted Paul's record to an eye-catching 11 victories with just 1 loss. Meanwhile, Tyson's last outing was more of a nostalgia trip, a 2-year-old exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. Before that, you'd have to go back 20 years to find his last professional fight, which ended in a defeat and saw Tyson stepping away from the ring. Now, with the possibility of a comeback fight, the question on everyone's lips is whether the boxing legend still has what it takes, or if it's time to hang up the gloves for good.
What do you say to those people of Scotland who turned out here tonight and they obviously wanted to see more of Mike Tyson? Now, you can't do much about that, can you? Your job's to get the job done.
They know my pedigree. They're my fans. They know what I do.
What about Lennox Lewis now? Is that the next fight, do you think, if it can be made?
Well, listen, right? I'm going to keep it real. I'm not ready for him right now. But when the time comes, I anticipate him. He's no match for me when I'm right. There's no one that can ever match me when I'm right.
Oleksandr Usyk, the reigning heavyweight champion, recently shared his take on the upcoming Tyson-Paul matchup, and he's not losing sleep over it. In a candid chat with Seconds Out, Usyk framed the bout as more of a spectacle than a serious contest. He acknowledged Tyson's global fame and Jake Paul's drive to make his mark in the boxing world, but he views the whole thing as just a grand show. According to Usyk, if people are eager for entertainment, then that's what they'll get. As far as he's concerned, it's all fine by him. Nothing more, nothing less. Different opinions are flying from every corner of the boxing world thanks to this fight. Jake Paul, with his youthful vigor and undeniable skill, has made it clear he's out to topple the legend. But with Iron Mike's age, health concerns, and that wild card unpredictability he's known for, many are left wondering if this fight should even happen. The boxing community is split. Some can't wait to see if Tyson can still unleash that knockout power, while others are genuinely worried about what another bout could mean for his well-being. The mere thought of Tyson stepping into the ring again has everyone both thrilled and on edge, eager to see if the legend can still stand tall against a much younger challenger. No matter how it goes down, this match is destined to be the talk of the town for years to come. For more updates on this fight, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon. Also, give us a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.